Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive with us.
It's great to be here.
Today we're warping into the world of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, setting course about a decade before Kirk takes command.
Yeah, we're going to be hanging out with Captain Pike and the crew of the Enterprise.
It's a prequel to the original Star Trek series, and you know what I love about it? It's episodic.
Oh, absolutely. I love that about it, too.
Each episode is like a self-contained adventure, just like classic Star Trek.
Yeah, you get a complete story. You don't have to wait a whole season to see what happens.
Exact. Perfect for those sci-fi cravings. You know?
Absolutely. A little dose of Star Trek whenever you need it.
So let's talk about what makes Strange New Worlds so special. Okay. First off, familiar faces, but with like these new layers added on.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
We've got Pike Spock #1, all back from Star Trek Discovery.
Yep. But now we really get to dive deep into who they are.
Right. And it's fascinating because they're not starting from scratch.
No, they're not.
They're building on what we already know, but they're adding so much more.
Exactly. And like take Captain Pike, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows his future is, how do I put this? Not great.
Not great.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting it mildly.
Right. Tragic, even.
Tragic. Yeah. But he still leads with so much optimism. You know?
Yeah. It's incredible, isn't it? Knowing what's coming and still choosing to be hopeful.
It makes you think about how you'd handle that kind of knowledge. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you let it crush you, or would you find a way to keep going like Pike does?
It's a powerful question, for sure.
And then there's Spock, right? We see him wrestling with his human side and his Vulcan logic.
Oh, that's classic Spock, though, isn't it?
It is. But here we get to see it play out in a new way,
Right.
especially in his relationship with T'Pring.
Oh, yeah. Their relationship is so much more complicated than what we saw in the original series.
It's full of tension and misunderstandings. It's like watching a whole different side of him unfold.
Exactly. And it makes you realize that even Spock, someone who's supposed to be all about logic, still has to deal with all the messy stuff that comes with relationships.
It's exactly. And speaking of messy, #1 finally gets a backstory.
I know, right? We've been waiting for that.
We find out she's an Illyrian, a species that's known for genetic modification.
Which, of course, causes some friction with Starfleet.
Big time. Because Starfleet's all about diversity, but genetic engineering, that's a whole other debate.
Right. It throws up all these questions about where the line is, you know?
Yeah, like how much is too much when it comes to modifying yourself?
It's something that I think we're still grappling with today in a lot of ways.
Totally. And #1 story really brings that to the forefront.
It does. And, you know, it's not just the familiar faces that make this show so great.
Oh, no, you're right.
There's a whole new crew, each with their own fascinating backstories.
Like Uhura,
Uhura, yeah, we see her as a cadet just starting out on the Enterprise.
bright-eyed and eager to learn.
Exactly, and watching her journey is like seeing the origins of a legend, you know?
It's so cool to see how she becomes the Uhura we all know and love from the original series.
And she faces challenges too, don't forget that.
Oh, absolutely. She's a woman of color in Starfleet. It's not always easy for her.
But she perseveres. She's determined to succeed.
She's a great role model for sure.
And then there's Chapel, but not the Chapel we're used to seeing.
Yeah, she's a lot younger here.
More impulsive, more full of life.
And her relationship with Spock is, well, let's just say it's interesting.
It's definitely something to watch unfold, that's for sure.
There's a real spark between them.
Yeah, and the personalities clash sometimes too.
Which makes for some great moments.
Exactly. You never know what's going to happen when those two are in a scene together.
Then we have Benga, our chief medical officer.
Such a compassionate character.
He seems like he's got it all together, but he's carrying his secret burden.
Yeah, he's trying to find a cure for his daughter, who has this rare disease.
It adds a whole other layer to him, you know.
It does. It shows that even in this futuristic world, people are still dealing with real human problems.
And then there's Ortegas, the pilot.
Ortega, she's great.
She's incredibly skilled at the helm, but she's also got this wicked sense of humor.
Yeah, she brings a lot of levity to the bridge crew.
And she doesn't take herself too seriously, which is refreshing.
It is. It's like she's always ready with a quip, you know?
Oh, and of course we can't forget Hemmer, the A&R chief engineer.
Oh, Hemmer, he's such a tragic figure.
He's blind, but his other senses are amplified.
like a superpower almost.
Yeah, he's an incredible mentor to Uhura.
He is, but his story doesn't have a happy ending, unfortunately.
Yeah, his death is a real gut punch.
It is, but it also shows that even in this optimistic future, there are still risks and losses.
And you know what else? We even get a young Montgomery Scott.
No way.
Yeah, it's just a quick appearance, But it's so much fun to see him in this era.
Like a little Easter egg for the fans.
Exactly, and you can already see glimpses of the genius engineer he'll become.
It's a nice touch for sure.
Speaking of nice touches, the production design in Strange New Worlds is amazing.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
They managed to blend the classic Star Trek aesthetic with a modern feel.
Yeah, it's like they took the original series and gave it a 21st century upgrade.
The sets, the costumes, everything is just so well designed.
I love the uniforms.
Me too. They're a nod to the originals, but with a more modern cut.
And they even have a gender-neutral take on the miniskirt.
I love that. So inclusive.
It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference.
And they use a lot of practical effects, too.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
It makes the world feel more real, you know?
Absolutely. You can tell they put a lot of thought into making everything look and feel authentic.
But Strange New Worlds is more than just a pretty face.
Oh, for sure.
The storytelling is bold, and they're not afraid to tackle some big issues.
Like what kind of issues?
Well, they explore themes of prejudice, discrimination, social justice.
Wow, so they're not shying away from the tough stuff.
Not at all. They're using science fiction as a way to comment on the world we live in.
Which is what Star Trek has always been about, right?
Exactly. It's about using these fantastical stories to make us think about ourselves and our society.
And Strange New Worlds does that really well.
Each episode has a different feel, too.
Oh, yeah. You get action, you get drama, you get comedy.
Even a musical episode.
A musical. I gotta see that.
It's so much fun.
I love how they're not afraid to experiment.
Me too. It keeps things fresh and exciting.
And ultimately, I think that's what makes Strange New Worlds so successful.
I agree.
It's a show that respects the legacy of Star Trek, but it's also paving its own way.
It's a perfect blend of the familiar and the new.
And it reminds us why we fell in love with Star Trek in the first place.
It's about hope exploration, the belief in a better future.
And sometimes it's about facing your fears and finding a way to keep going even when you know the odds are stacked against you.
Like Pike does.
Exactly like Pike does.
Well said. And you know what else is interesting about this show?
What's that?
The way they handle these characters that we already know from the original series.
Yeah, that's a unique challenge, isn't it?
It is, because they have to stay true to who those characters become.
Right. But they also have to give them room to grow and evolve.
It's a delicate balancing act.
It really is. And they've done an incredible job so far.
They have.
I can't wait to see where they take these characters next.
Me neither. It's an exciting time to be a Star Trek fan.
It really is.
So what do you think is the most fascinating thing about this whole dealing with pre-established characters thing?
Well, for me, it's how they're able to show us these characters that we thought we knew,
Yeah.
but in a whole new light, you know?
Right, like we're getting to see them before they became the legends that we all know and love.
Exactly, and it's making us rethink everything we thought we knew about them.
Like take Spock, for example.
Yeah.
We all know him as this incredibly logical, almost emotionless figure in the original series.
Right, the epitome of Vulcan control.
But in Strange New Worlds, we're seeing him struggle with his emotions, navigate relationships, question his place in the world.
It's like we're getting a glimpse behind the curtain.
Exactly. We're seeing the man beneath the myth.
And it's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. It's making me appreciate the character even more.
Me too.
Because now we know that his journey to becoming the Spock, we all know, wasn't easy.
It wasn't a straight line, that's for sure.
And it makes his sacrifices and his choices all the more meaningful.
Absolutely.
Because we know what he had to overcome to get there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, for me, that's the most captivating thing about how they're handling these characters.
It's like they're giving us a whole new perspective on them.
And it's making the story that much richer.
I couldn't agree more.
So let's talk about this episodic format.
Okay.
It's a departure from the more serialized format of recent Star Trek shows,
Yeah.
like Discovery and Picard.
Right. It's a throwback to the classic Star Trek series.
And I have to say, I'm loving it.
Me too.
It's so refreshing to have each episode be a self-contained story.
Yeah, you don't have to wait a whole season to get a resolution.
Exactly. And it allows for a wider variety of stories.
Oh, for sure.
One week you might be on a first contact mission. The next week you're dealing with a time travel paradox. The week after that, it's a character-driven drama.
It keeps you guessing.
It does. And it makes each episode feel like its own little adventure.
Like a short story almost.
Exactly. And even though there are overarching themes and character arcs running throughout the season,
Right.
each episode still has a beginning, middle, and end.
So you get that sense of closure.
Exactly. And I think that's really satisfying for viewers.
I agree.
It's like getting a complete meal instead of just a snack.
And it allows the writers to experiment with different genres and tones, too.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen episodes that are funny, scary, thought-provoking.
Even a musical.
Yeah, the musical episode was a real highlight.
I heard about that. I can't wait to see it.
It's so much fun.
It just goes to show that they're not afraid to take risks.
And it pays off because it keeps the show feeling fresh and unpredictable.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm all for this episodic format.
Me too. It's a great way to tell stories.
And it's perfect for Star Trek.
I couldn't agree more.
So we've got these great characters, this classic format, stunning visuals, bold storytelling.
What's not to love?
Right. Strange New Worlds is firing on all cylinders.
It really is.
And I think one of the things that makes it so compelling
Yeah.
is the way they handle Pike's awareness of his tragic future.
Oh, that's such an interesting aspect of the show.
It is, because it would be so easy for him to just give up, you know.
To succumb to despair.
Exactly, because he knows what's waiting for him.
It's a heavy burden to carry.
It is. But instead, he chooses to embrace life.
He leads with optimism and a sense of adventure.
Like he's determined to make the most of every moment.
It's inspiring.
It really is.
It makes you think about how you would react in a similar situation.
Yeah, would you let the knowledge of your future paralyze you, or would you find a way to keep going?
It's a question worth pondering, for sure.
Absolutely. And I think
Yeah.
that's one of the things that makes Strange New Worlds so powerful.
It's a show that makes you think about life and about choices.
And it reminds us that even in the face of tragedy, there's still hope.
Well said.
So yeah, Pike's journey is definitely one of the most compelling aspects of the show.
Yeah. It is, and it's a testament to the strength of the human spirit.
I agree.
And it makes you wonder,
What is that?
how does that knowledge that he has?
About his future?
Yeah, how does that shape his actions?
That's a great question.
Like, does it make him more reckless?
Or more cautious?
Does it affect his relationships with the crew?
Does it make him cherish the small moments more?
I don't know, but I'm eager to find out.
Me too. It's one of the many things that keeps me coming back to this show week after week.
Me too.
Strange New Worlds is full of surprises.
Thought-provoking moments.
It's a show that stays with you long after the credits roll.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the mark of a truly great show.
I couldn't agree more.
So if you haven't checked it out yet,
What are you waiting for?
I highly recommend it.
It's a must-watch for any Star Trek fan.
Or anyone who enjoys good science fiction.
Well said.
So what do you think?
About what?
About how Pike's awareness of his future shapes his leadership, his relationships, his very being.
Oh, that's a big question.
It is, but it's one that's at the heart of the show.
I think it's safe to say that it has a profound impact on him.
Yeah.
I mean, how could it not?
Right. To know that your time is limited,
That your fate is sealed.
it would change anyone.
And I think for Pike, it makes him appreciate the present moment even more.
I agree.
He's not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future.
He's living in the now.
And he's making the most of it.
Exactly. He's not letting fear control him.
He's facing it head on.
And he's choosing to live a life filled with purpose and meaning.
Despite knowing how it all ends.
It's incredibly brave.
It is, and it's inspiring.
It makes you want to be a better person,
To make the most of your own life.
regardless of what the future holds.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think Pike's awareness of his future is what makes him such a compelling character.
It's what makes him human.
And it's what makes Strange New Worlds such a powerful show.
Well said.
All right, so we've talked a lot about Pike, but there's another aspect of the show that I think is really interesting. The way they explore the moral complexities within Starfleet.
Oh, yeah. Starfleet is supposed to be this utopian society.
Right. But even in a utopia, there are still ethical dilemmas.
And Strange New Worlds doesn't shy away from those.
Not at all. They tackle some tough issues.
Like what?
Well, one episode that comes to mind is Ghosts of Illyria.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
It's the episode where number one secret is revealed.
About her Illyrian heritage.
And her genetic modifications.
Which is a big no-no in Starfleet.
Right. But the episode forces us to question whether the rules are always black and white.
Yeah. Are there ever exceptions?
And what about the rights of individuals versus the needs of the many?
Those are tough questions.
They are. And there are no easy answers.
But that's what makes the episode so thought-provoking.
Exactly. It's not about preaching a message.
It's about presenting a complex situation and letting the viewers decide for themselves.
And it's about showing that even in a society as advanced as Starfleet,
There are still problems.
still prejudices.
Still things that need to be addressed.
And I think that's one of the things that makes Star Trek so enduring.
It's always been a show that's willing to tackle difficult topics.
And to challenge our assumptions.
And Strange New Worlds is carrying on that tradition.
In a really compelling way.
I agree.
It's a show that's not afraid to ask the tough questions.
And to make us think about our own values and belief.
And that's what good science fiction should do.
Well said.
So, yeah, I think the exploration of moral complexities is one of the things that makes Strange New Worlds so special.
I agree.
It's a show that's both entertaining and thought-provoking.
And it's a worthy addition to the Star Trek legacy.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on how Pike's awareness of his fate shapes his leadership?
That's a great question. And I think it's something that the show explores really well.
Okay.
Because on the one hand, you could see how it would make him more hesitant.
To take risks.
Right, because he knows his time is limited.
So why put himself in danger?
But on the other hand, you could also see how it would make him more bold.
More determined to make a difference.
Because he knows he doesn't have a lot of time to waste.
So he's going to go all in.
Exactly.
And I think that's the tension that the show plays with so well.
The tension between caution and recklessness.
Between hope and despair.
Between living for the moment and planning for the future.
It's a complex situation.
It is, and I don't think there's a simple answer.
Me neither.
But I think that's what makes Pike such a fascinating character to watch.
I agree.
Because he's constantly wrestling with these conflicting emotions.
And he's doing it with grace and dignity.
He's a leader who inspires both loyalty and respect.
And he's not afraid to show his vulnerability.
Which makes him all the more relatable.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think the way they've written Pike is brilliant.
It's nuanced and complex.
And it adds a whole other layer to the show.
It really does.
It's what makes Strange New Worlds more than just a fun sci-fi adventure.
It's a show about life and death.
And about what it means to be human.
Even when you're not entirely human.
Exactly.
So that's a lot to think about.
It is.
But it's what makes this show so rewarding.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is the most fascinating thing about this whole knowing the future but living in the present thing?
That's a tough one.
I know there's a lot to unpack there.
There is. But I think for me the most fascinating thing is how Pike chooses to use that knowledge.
Okay.
Because he could easily let it consume him.
To become bitter and resentful?
Or reckless and self-destructive.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He chooses to embrace life to the fullest.
To live each day as if it were his last.
And to use his knowledge to help others.
To make a positive impact on the world.
It's a really powerful message.
It is.
And it's one that I think we can all learn from.
Absolutely.
Regardless of whether we know our future or not.
I agree.
Because ultimately we all have a limited amount of time.
That's true.
And it's up to us to decide how we want to spend it.
Well said.
So yeah, I think that's the most fascinating thing about Pike's story.
It's a reminder that we all have a choice in how we face the unknown.
And that even when we know the end is coming,
we can still choose to live a life filled with hope and purpose.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
All right, so we've talked a lot about Pike.
We have.
And about the episodic format.
And about the moral complexities of Starfleet.
And about the stunning visuals.
And about the incredible cast.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But there's still so much more to discuss.
There always is with Star Trek.
So I guess we'll just have to save that for another deep dive.
Sounds good to me.
But before we go, I want to leave our listeners with a thought.
Okay.
Something to ponder as they continue their own journey through Strange New Worlds.
I like it.
So here it is.
I'm listening.
Pike's story is a reminder that even when we know our future,
or think we know it,
we still have the power to choose how we live our lives.
That's powerful.
It is, and it's something that we should never forget.
Absolutely.
Because every day is a gift.
Even the bad one.
And it's up to us to make the most of it.
To find the joy in the little things.
To connect with the people we love.
And to make a difference in the world.
Because that's what truly matters.
Well said.
So, yeah, that's my final thought.
I like it.
It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity,
we still have the power to choose hope.
And to live a life that's full of meaning.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
So go out there and live long and prosper.
And boldly go where no one has gone before.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
Farewell.
And may the Force be with you.
Wait, that's Star Wars.
Oh, right.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
It is. And it's not just about the visuals either, right? I mean, the writing is top-notch.
Oh, the writing is fantastic.
The way they weave in these complex themes and character arcs, it's impressive.
It is. And they managed to do it without sacrificing the action and adventure that we all love about Star Trek.
Exactly. It's a great balance.
And speaking of balance, let's talk about how they handle Pike's knowledge of his future.
Okay.
Because that's a huge element of his character, right?
It is. It hangs over everything he does.
Exactly. And it would be so easy for the writers to make him this brooding, tragic figure.
Consumed by his fate.
Right. But they don't.
They don't. They give him agency.
They show him choosing to live his life to the fullest despite knowing what's coming.
It's inspiring.
It really is. It makes you think about how you would handle that kind of knowledge.
Yeah. Would you let it define you, or would you find a way to rise above it?
It's a question that I think a lot of people can relate to.
In a way, we all have our own versions of that, right?
We all know that our time is limited,
We all have to face our own mortality.
but it's how we choose to live our lives that matters.
Exactly, and Pike is a great example of that.
He's not letting his future dictate his present
He's choosing to live in the moment.
and to make the most of every opportunity.
This is a powerful message.
And it's one that I think we can all learn from. So, yeah, Pike's story is definitely one of the highlights of Strange New Worlds.
It is, and it's a testament to the writing that they're able to make it so compelling.
Because it could have easily been a really heavy-handed plot point.
Yeah, it could have bogged down the whole show.
But it doesn't. It enhances it.
It adds depth and complexity.
And it makes you care about the character even more.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, kudos to the writers for handling it so well.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, so we've talked about Pike. Let's move on to another aspect of the show that I think is really interesting.
Okay, what's that?
The exploration of moral complexities within Starfleet.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the things that I've always loved about Star Trek.
It's not afraid to ask the tough questions.
To challenge our assumptions.
To make us think.
And Strange New Worlds definitely does that.
It does. One episode that comes to mind is Ghosts of Illyria.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
It's the episode where we learn about Number One's Illyrian heritage.
And her genetic modifications.
Which, as we know, are strictly forbidden in Starfleet.
Right, but the episode forces us to look at the issue from a different perspective.
It makes us question whether the rules are always so clear-cut.
Whether there are ever exceptions.
And whether the needs of the many always outweigh the rights of the individual.
That's a really thought-provoking episode.
It is, and it's a perfect example of how Strange New Worlds uses science fiction to explore real-world issues.
Yeah, it's not just about spaceships and aliens.
It's about the human condition.
And about the choices we make.
And about what it means to be a part of a society.
And to have to grapple with the complexities of that.
Exactly.
It's what makes Star Trek so relevant.
Even after all these years.
I agree.
So yeah, I think the exploration of moral complexities is one of the things that sets Strange New Worlds apart.
It's what makes it more than just a fun sci-fi show.
It's a show that has something to say.
And it's not afraid to say it.
Well said.
So I'm curious to get your take on this whole moral complexity thing.
Okay, shoot.
What do you think is the most challenging aspect of it for the writers?
That's a good question.
I mean, it's one thing to present a moral dilemma.
But it's another thing entirely to resolve it in a satisfying way.
Especially when there's no easy answer.
Right, because you don't want to come across as preachy.
Or simplistic.
But you also want to make it clear what the show's stance is.
What its values are.
It's a tricky balance.
It is. And I think the writers of Strange New Worlds have done a really good job so far. They're not afraid to let the characters make mistakes.
To struggle with their choices.
To even disagree with each other.
Which is what makes it feel so real.
Exactly, because in real life, there are rarely easy answers.
And people don't always agree.
And that's okay.
It's what makes life interesting.
And it's what makes Strange New Worlds such a compelling show.
Well said.
So what do you think is the key to navigating these moral complexities in a way that feels authentic and engaging?
I think the key is to focus on the characters.
Okay.
Because ultimately, it's the characters who drive the story.
And who make us care about what's happening.
Exactly.
So if we believe in the characters,
If we understand their motivations,
then we're more likely to be invested in the moral dilemmas they face.
even if we don't agree with their choices,
And that's what good storytelling is all about.
making us care about the characters,
Even when they're flawed.
even when they make mistakes.
Because that's what makes them human.
And it's what makes the story so much richer.
I couldn't agree more.
So yeah, I think the focus on character is what makes Strange New Worlds so successful in exploring these moral complexities.
It's what makes the show feel both thought-provoking and entertaining.
And it's what makes it a worthy addition to the Star Trek legacy.
Absolutely.
So we've talked a lot about the serious stuff.
The moral dilemmas, the ethical quandaries.
So let's not forget that Strange New Worlds is also a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It's a blast.
It's got action, it's got adventure, it's got humor.
And it's got heart.
It's a show that's not afraid to have a good time
And to make us laugh.
while still exploring some big ideas.
Exactly. It's the perfect balance.
And I think that's one of the reasons why it's been so well received.
It's a show that appeals to a wide audience.
It's got something for everyone.
And it's just a joy to watch.
I agree.
So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with Strange New Worlds.
Me too.
And I can't wait to see what they come up with next.
Me neither.
It's an exciting time to be a Star Trek fan.
It really is.
So what do you think is the most fun aspect of the show?
That's a tough one.
There are so many to choose from.
There are, but I think for me it's the sense of adventure. because every episode feels like a new adventure.
Like we're right there with the crew exploring strange new worlds.
Exactly. And there's always a sense of wonder and discovery.
And a little bit of danger, too.
Of course, you can't have adventure without a little bit of danger.
But it's the kind of danger that you know the crew's going to overcome.
Right, because they're the best of the best.
And they always have each other's backs.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think the sense of adventure is what makes Strange New Worlds so much fun.
It's what keeps me coming back for more.
Me too.
And it's what makes it such a great addition to the Star Trek universe.
Well said.
So we've talked about the characters, the themes, the moral complexities, the sense of adventure.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But there's one more thing I want to touch on.
Okay, what's that?
The legacy of Star Trek.
Ah, yes.
Because Strange New Worlds is not just a standalone show.
It's part of a larger universe.
A universe that's been around for over 50 years.
And it's a universe that has had a profound impact on popular culture.
It has.
And I think Strange New Worlds is doing a great job of honoring that legacy.
While also paving its own way.
Exactly. It's a show that's both respectful of the past.
And excited about the future.
And I think that's a really difficult balance to strike.
It is, but they're pulling it off.
They are. And I think it's because they understand what makes Star Trek so special.
It's about hope.
It's about exploration.
It's about the belief in a better future.
And it's about the power of humanity to overcome any obstacle.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
So yeah, I think Strange New Worlds is a worthy successor to the Star Trek legacy.
I agree.
And I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Me too.
So what do you think is the most important thing that Strange New Worlds brings to the Star Trek legacy?
That's a big question.
It is, but it's one worth considering.
I think for me the most important thing is the sense of optimism.
Okay.
Because the world can feel pretty bleak sometimes.
It can.
And it's easy to lose hope.
It is.
But Star Trek has always been a beacon of hope.
A reminder that things can get better.
The humanity is capable of great things.
And I think Strange New Worlds is carrying on that tradition.
It is.
It's a show that's full of heart and humor.
And it's a show that believes in the power of people to come together and solve problems.
Even when those problems seem insurmountable.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think the sense of optimism is the most important thing that Strange New Worlds brings to the Star Trek legacy.
It's a message that we need now more than ever.
I agree.
And it's one that I'm grateful for.
Me too.
So yeah, Strange New Worlds is a special show.
It is.
And I'm glad it exists.
Me too.
So let's raise a glass to Strange New Worlds.
To hope.
To the future.
To Star Trek.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, it's like they've taken all the best elements of classic Star Trek and given it a modern twist.
Exactly. It's familiar, but it's also fresh and exciting.
And I think that's why it's resonating with so many people.
I agree. It's a show that appeals to both longtime fans and newcomers.
So we've talked about the characters, the stories, the themes.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
But I think there's one more thing we need to talk about.
What's that?
The heart of the show.
Okay, I'm listening.
I think at its core, Strange New Worlds is about.
Yeah.
It's about the tension between knowing the future and living in the present.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, because we see that playing out in Pike's story.
Right. He knows what's coming, but he's still choosing to live his life to the fullest.
Exactly. And I think that's a really powerful message. It is, because it reminds us that even when we know the end is coming,
we still have a choice in how we live our lives.
We can choose to give in to despair, or we can choose to embrace the moment.
And I think Pike's story shows us that it's possible to do both.
To acknowledge the darkness, but to still choose to find the light.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And I think that's why Strange New Worlds is so resonating with people.
Because it's a show that gives us hope.
It reminds us that even in the face of adversity,
we can still find joy and meaning in our lives.
And that's a message that I think we all need to hear right now.
I agree.
So I guess that's a good place to wrap things up.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a pleasure diving deep into Strange New Worlds with you.
Likewise.
And I hope our listeners have enjoyed the journey as much as we have.
Me too.
So until next time.
Live long and prosper.
And boldly go where no one has gone before.